Have you noticed anything lately, especially if you've gone to swap or transact on the Ethereum mainnet? Gas prices are ridiculous. Who can afford $300 per trade on Uniswap? A crypto whale, that's about it. The retail is being bullied out of the Ethereum mainnet. Is there help on the way for the average trader? Find out in just over 10 minutes because it's time for Chico Crypto. Yeah, gas prices, they got crazy for a second. They have since calmed down. If you can call that calm, the average cost of an ETH transfer was nearly $19 yesterday. An ERC20 approval is running you 40 buckaroos, and a Uniswap trade is only $114.50. Unsustainable to say the least, especially when you have the creator of the platform saying this about Bitcoin and its fees back in the bull run of 2014.
Right now a Bitcoin transaction costs 5 cents, which is fine right now because PayPal's fees are even stupider, but
kind of expensive, right?
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
So where does one need to go to see what needs to be fixed quickly to alleviate gas pressure? Well, luckily there's the Ethereum gas station, which shows you the top contracts and gas burners. Number one gas guzzler is the Uniswap V2 contract, making up over 27% of gas transactions. The next biggest guzzler is the stablecoin USDT, taking up just over 9% of the gas. These two contracts combined make up over 37% of the gas alone. Is anything being done to alleviate this, especially from the number one? Well, actually the third highest contract with 3.64% of the transactions is helping the gas prices with Uniswap. That is the Uniswap V3 contract. So how is this helping gas prices? Well, as we can see, V3's volume was over 544 million yesterday. As we can see, Uniswap V2 did over 2.3 billion. So V3 did about 23% of its volume. And then you have 3.64% of the gas from V3 compared with 27.72% from V2. That's only using 13% in comparison. Uniswap was able to do 23% of V2's volume with only using 13% of the gas in comparison. Uniswap V3 is more capital efficient, thus more gas efficient too, and it's being shown in the stats. But still, if Uniswap V3 did do comparable volume to V2 of over 2.3 billion, it would still be using nearly 15% of all gas on Ethereum. That's too high. More needs to be done, obviously. And even the founder of Uniswap, Hayden Adams, knows it. He tweeted yesterday, "How badly do we need Ethereum L2s? Today, Uniswap users alone spent about 42 million on Ethereum gas fees. This is almost 5x what was spent on the Bitcoin network fees during the same period." Yeah, badly something needs to be done. Is something being done? Well, founder Hayden talked about L2's second layers like what Uniswap has stated they are using many times. Their chosen layer 2 is the optimistic rollup from Optimism PBC, which I have always been confused by, as the rollup architecture is very similar to Plasma, and there is a waiting period for fraud proofs. Thus, fast and efficient exits from the second layer weren't possible. For an exchange, fast exits are freaking critical. But this issue was kind of solved, not by the Optimism team, but by the MakerDAO team. Developer from the Maker team posted about it in early March. Sam McPherson said, "The MakerDAO community is excited to announce the Optimism DAI bridge, which solves the 1-week withdrawal problem for optimistic rollups." And then he dived right into how it works. So how did it work? Well, here's the architecture, but in a simple explanation by using MakerDAO oracles as an external validator set for the transactions. Wait, what? Oracles for fast exits from layer 2 for the Maker protocol using their oracles. So isn't this just what the kids call suspicious? Just yesterday, in the Uniswap governance forum, Vitalik Buterin posted calling for Uni to become an Oracle token. And in his summary of why he did this, more broadly, Ethereum L1 needs to remain governance minimalist, but L2 should be more ambitious, and Uni can be part of that. This all has to do with Optimism, the chosen layer 2, and fast withdrawals for the chosen Uniswap exchange. Ambitious plans are set in motion, but that motion isn't here. Who knows how long it's going to be until that Oracle system is deployed. What can you do about the Ethereum gas prices today, right now? Well, before we get into that, it's time for a sponsored segment of this video, supported by the team over at Lisk. And like always, the full details of our agreement are below. So what exactly is Lisk? Well, going to their newly revamped website, they consider themselves the blockchain application platform for the masses. With Lisk application development, there is no need to learn new languages. Everything is written in JavaScript and TypeScript, and the modular design of the SDK enables many blockchain technology use cases. And those use cases include many applications and their code already deployed for developers to mirror: a ticketing platform, a stablecoin, a DAO, a reward system for multiplayer games, a messenger through IPFS, and even some sidechain for the verification of attendees of events and even websites. But why did I end on and focus on those side chains? Well, they are going to be unlocked to their full potential here soon. Lisk has a big event coming up next week, beginning the 21st of May, Lisk.js, their annual developer event, and it's setting the stage for the major reveal of Lisk's interoperability solution. And as we can see from the topics, it has a lot to do with the life cycle of a sidechain, what they call cross-chain certifications. At this event, they're going to reveal exactly how these solutions work, going deep, especially on day 2. But they have hinted at what is coming from Lisk interoperability. February of this year, they posted this blog, Introduction to Blockchain Interoperability, diving into the different solutions, but showing a hint of their big innovation, cross-chain certifications. Then the next month in March, they dropped more hints and a more technical post diving into the high-level architecture. And from the blog it says, our interoperability solution is based on the paradigm of cross-chain certification, with how it works below. If you want to dive into the details of how it works and get prepared for the full reveal, that blog is in the description. But then they give the properties of this solution. It's scalable, no bounds on the side chains. It's flexible and fast with the cross-chain transactions. And of course, it's secure. So if you're a developer or even just a blockchain user, Lisk ecosystem is one of the bigger out there. They have over 250 nodes, all fighting for one of the 101 delegate spots, as their main blockchain uses delegated proof of stake, DPoS. It's one of the most robust DPoS chains out there too. They have over 250k users using it, which means people like me and you. So if any of that fits your blockchain fancy, developer, user, node runners alike, the links for everything Lisk are below. Now back to Ethereum and its gas crisis and what can be done to sidestep it. Everyone knows about Flashbots. It's the technology stack that is sidestepping the mempool and allowing transactions to go directly to the miners. It's been hailed as a gas-saving solution, and it is, but unfortunately, this can be used for good and bad. X-Token, who I covered when Hayden Adams did big eyes at them for their Uniswap v3 product back in late March, got exploited. They tweeted about 2 of their contracts being exploited and the LP pools for them being drained, and a Frank the researcher covered exactly what happened with the exploit, and the last thing he said regarding it was, interestingly enough, this time the attacker used Flashbots and paid 5 ETH to Sparkpool for this transaction. Let's see if Flashbots have any data on who used their API for this attack. Now there is a ton of debate who should this fall on, the X token team, the attacker, Flashbots. Well, the attacker just used the Ethereum protocols as they were designed. It was flaws in the contracts. And the GhostStep, a Flashbots researcher, posted this about the attack, retweeting Igor. Imagine only giving 5 ETH to the miner for a 25 million MEV opportunity. He called it an MEV opportunity? Well, yeah, it's an attack, but these attackers just see it as an opportunity. And the GhostStep even got wrecked through his own protocol. He tweeted about it. He held one of their products. So what about the good then? Flashbots being used not for helping attackers, but sidestepping them, those that run up gas fees. Well, there is CowSwap, which is a gas protected exchange, built in collaboration with Balancer and Gnosis. Although this gas protected exchange is an alpha, use at your own risk and only small amounts if you want to try it out. Now, some of you are going to be like, is this stepping on the toes of Alchemist Coin and MistX? Well, yeah, it kind of is, as Flashbots is an open source technology being used by them that anyone can use. But MistX is going to leave CowSwap in the dust, my friends. As a Flashbots developer, the GhostStep is helping work on it. I'm going with the creator over the copiers. But I just might be trialing and erroring CowSwap in the meantime while we wait for the MistX release. So besides CowSwap, Alchemist Coin coming, there is another project moving on the gasless trades, and this is the Metric Exchange. This is a DEX aggregator that allows gasless limit orders. No gas paid if your order fills, and they allow it for any trading pair. How do they do this? Well, with KeeperDAO integration. As you can see, holders of Metric will be able to get a percentage of the rewards that the keepers from KeeperDAO are using to arb with. And there looks to be some 0x integration too. Well, KeeperDAO co-founder Joey just had an AMA. Joey is also part of VolleyFire, one of the biggest 0x market makers. And question 11 asked, how does Metric fit into the 0x and KeeperDAO puzzle? Joey replies, the most immediate benefit for Metric and KeeperDAO is the hiding book integration, where Metric users gain access to the limit order reward system, and the hiding game gains the Metric user base. We're open to deeper partnership discussions, linking the token economics. Yeah, very nice. Cheers, I'll see you next time.